Aloha. Welcome to the Walking in Aloha, Let's Talk Story podcast. We're so glad to have you here. At Como Mai. Now here's our podcast host and award-winning author, Michelle.
Aloha, everyone, and welcome to the Walking in Aloha Let's Talk Story podcast. This is day 89 of our 90-day Jumpstart, and today is Tuesday, December 30th. We are on acute awareness. Today's focus is awareness of what we're carrying forward with us moving into the new year, 2026. This is a perfect focus for today. Awareness of what we are carrying forward. The scripture for today is Isaiah 43:18. Forget the former things. Do not dwell on the past. We have had a hard year. Some people may have been like, oh, this year was great. But I have to say that I know a lot of people, including myself, that had a hard 2025. So 2025, forget the former things, do not dwell in the past. Isaiah 43:18. We have to move forward. Affirmation is, I carry forward wisdom, discipline, and faith, not old patterns. There's so many things that I can say that I want to change for the new year. And one of the things is my finances, because we were in a 50-something day shutdown, and looking back at finances and things like that, I am like, I want to set up a better 2026. I want to set up a better year. I want to set up things better for myself, for my future, for my kids, my grandkids, our retirement, and whatever it is, we have to look at those things. And we don't know if in January we're going to have another shutdown, things like that. That kind of control, or not having that kind of control, exactly, because when you don't have your own business, when you're completely and dependent on your job to pay you, to make sure your bills are paid, you're actually putting all of your eggs in one basket, and that's all that it is that's going to help you. And if that falls through, then what do you have? So that is why I'm looking at different things, making sure that things are better and better planned out. I just got off a call with Ray Higdon and Josh Valentine, and that's one thing that they were talking about is finances. So it's a thing everyone should be looking at. And the one thing that they were talking about is knowing that if you have a team, then how is your team doing? Are they okay with their finances, personal finances? Because it does impact you when you go to work. It impacts you on your health and everything when it comes to financial burdens. Yes. Affirmation is, what I carry forward is wisdom, discipline, and faith, not old patterns. I do not want to carry forward any old patterns. I want to change them all. So that is why we were doing this 90-day jumpstart, because we want to make sure that as we go into 2026, we know the things that we have to change, and we are just moving forward smarter, better, more well prepared. So the action step for today is write down 3 habits that you're leaving in 2025 and you're carrying over to 2026. And I actually, because you know that I use ChatGPT, and I like to use my AI. And AI is a tool that is something that you should use. Well, It's like this. Every good carpenter has good tools, right? You wouldn't expect a carpenter to not have a hammer or not have a saw or not sharpen the saw or not have a good hammer with a strong base or anything like that. You wouldn't expect any less. AI is a tool, just the same way. And we can use AI in so many different ways now that we don't have to do all of the hard work, the legwork. We can use AI to just go ahead and do it for us. No more searching for hours on the internet or digging through books or anything like that. Those kind of things. So if you think about AI, look into it and know that if you want to have things move a lot quicker, a lot faster, and if you want to be able to articulate your words better, that's one thing in my job where I work in TSA. So the one thing that they were always explaining is that even with passengers, even with things like that, they need to be able to articulate what happened, right? If you had an issue, if you had any sort of problem with a passenger, or if you had to say anything, how are you going to articulate that? And you have to be able to articulate. And so a lot of times things fall off into the wayside or it doesn't get done because people choose not to say anything. And I believe that it is because they feel like they can't articulate it. They just don't know how to say it very well. So they just are like, you know what, never mind, forget it. And so if that is the way that you feel, that if your words don't come out clear enough, if you feel like people don't listen to you or whatever because of the way you talk or the way you don't talk, use your AI. Use ChatGPT. Put in your thoughts, put in your words, and ask ChatGPT to clarify that a little bit better. And then read it back and make sure that it sounds like you. Not too many things are added. That makes it totally not you. You know, always be true to yourself, be true to who you are, and but still be able to use the tools that is given to you. And one of the tools that is given to you now is the power of artificial intelligence. So don't be afraid of it. Use it to your advantage. And I bring that up because when it asks for 3 habits to leave in 2025 and 3 habits to carry into 2026, I dropped it in because I wanted to be able to articulate it in a way that made the most sense without it being rambled on. And 3 habits that I'm leaving in 2026. Like I mentioned, I was just on call, and one of it is to look at my finances better. I'm going to read this out just the way that I put it in. I put in what I wanted and I asked ChatGPT to clarify and to clarify and to actually put it in a way that it would be able to repost because I wanted to share it. So 3 habits to leave in 2025 is overcommitting out of obligation. Yes, because I do that a lot. I would say yes to something and I'm like, I feel like I have to, right? Saying yes when God is whispering no drains your energy and dilutes your assignment. You're releasing people pleasing and choosing purpose driven commitments. So that is one. Revisiting healed pain for justification or explanation. You honor your testimony without reopening wounds. What God has healed no longer needs defending or replaying. The things that happened in the past is the past, and I know that it happened, but there is no reason to bring it up. It is healed pain, and I do not need to bring it up just in order to justify what I do or to explain. It is what it is. Waiting for perfect conditions before moving forward. Perfectionism and delay are being left behind. You've learned that obedience matters more than timing being flawless. You can't wait for timing to be flawless and be like, I need to wait for the perfect time because it's never going to happen. And as I read it, it says you because this is for me. I was asking ChatGPT to do it for me. And that's why I keep saying you or your. The 3 habits that I'm going to carry into 2026 is the daily alignment with God before engagement with the world. I was getting up every morning and I was doing things, but I know that I should be meeting with God first. And a lot of times wasn't happening. It wasn't happening. So I need to fix that. I need to change that and make sure that the daily alignment with God before engagement with the world is what's happening. Prayer, scripture, stillness, anchoring your spirit first so that your actions flow from discernment, not demand. Consistent. Small actions, that's number 2, consistent. Small actions toward big-sized visions. These are the habits I'm carrying into 2026 is to be consistent. Writing, speaking, creating, serving, done faithfully, not frantically. Momentum over pressure. That means you continuously do it over and over. It's those small movements. Like I said, if you just changed your position a little bit, you changed your walk just a little bit, pointed into the direction of success, every small movement will change the trajectory of the rest of your life, the course of the rest of your life. So go ahead and start in those small, consistent steps. And that's the thing that I need to do for myself to be more consistent. Intentional stewardship of my voice and energy. Yes, intentional stewardship. It says, you speak when led, rest when needed, and protect your peace as sacred ground. Your voice is used to heal, build, and bless. So I know and I know and I know that I need to be intentional about what I do, and I need to speak when I'm led to speak, and I need to rest when I need to rest. I can't keep saying yes to the things that I should be saying no to. And I've already started. It's amazing. I've already started because God is so good. God is so good. So today I actually went to the doctor. I had to have a CT scan done and they did the dye thing, and did a CT scan and all that. And actually having the day off, right? I was thinking, okay, I could go to the funeral in the morning, go to the doctor's office in the afternoon. Right after that, I could come home, I could get ready and then go to work. And even if I went to work late, that's okay. I can do all of that and still, no, no. Not wake up early, go and do this and go and do that and do this and then rush off. No. Say no. So I'm using my leave because I had an appointment today and I text my supervisor and I let her know that I had an appointment and she said, okay, I'm going to put it in. I sent her a clip of my picture of my appointment time from my KP doc. Sent her that picture. This is the picture that the doctor called me and wanted me to have this CT scan done today, things like that. So just being that aware of those things, knowing that, no, I do not need to push everything all in one day. And God is so good. I was coming home from my doctor's appointment. No, I wasn't even coming home. I was sitting at the doctor's office still. And I get a message or text that someone is going to will cover me in February because there's a Rise conference, a Rise Women's Conference, and I was looking for someone to cover me for that day. And so someone asked, like, "Oh, I can cover you. Do you still need the coverage?" I was like, "Oh, yes, thank God. I will put that in tomorrow." And so I'm going to put that in. She's going to cover me. And she said, "If you need anything else, any other days, let me know." And so I said, "How about next week, Wednesday and Thursday?" Because Bruce just told me that he had next week, Wednesday and Thursday off. He took that off for leave or something like that. There was space in the calendar and he decided to take that off. And I have 2 appointments, back-to-back appointments on Friday. And Friday is normally my day off, but it won't feel like a day off because I'll be running around and doing, like I said, I have 2 back-to-back doctor appointments. So now I'll have Wednesday and Thursday off. I'll do my doctor appointments on Friday, and then I'll have Saturday off. So things like that. I believe that 2026 will be just like that, where things will fall into place and God will provide. I believe that with all of the changes that I'll be making in the new year and the jumpstart that we have done for this past 90 days, all of it, it's going to just make up for a better 2026. And like I said, all of this 90 days, the 90-day jumpstart, I'm going to put it into a book, and I don't know the title yet because I just decided that I'm going to change this 90-day jumpstart into a book and I'm going to put it out. I'll have to go over videos and things like that so that I can put it into text, and I will create a book that will be published next year, which is in a few days. I'm not going to publish it in a few days, but you know what I mean. It'll be published in 2026. I believe that there will be more books in 2026. The Voices of Aloha anthologies, that will be done. It will come out, and both the men and the women's books will be released together in 2026. I pray that it can get released at least by Valentine's so that it can come out as a Valentine book. I'll probably do like a cover. That's what I'll do is I'll order a different jacket cover for Valentine's, but then the actual cover will be different. So that when the jacket cover comes off, Valentine's comes off, it'll just be the regular anthology covers. But so many things. And I want to be able to help others do the same. I know when I talk and when I share this with people, they're blown away and they're like, "I don't know how you do it." But I know, and I know, and I know that you can do it too. And I want to help walk with you, and I want to help you walk, do the same thing. It may sound like a lot, but I'm just one person learning all of this. And because you'll have me, you won't be doing it alone. You'll have answers that I didn't have because I can give them to you. So if you want to have a sit down with me and we can talk about some of the things that we can go over, please book a call with me. Just message me and I can send you over my Calendly links. But yeah, that would be great. Anytime, just let me know and I can send that over so that you can book a call and we can talk. But until next time, until later, like I said, we are right here, day 89. Tomorrow will be our 90-day, and we will just be a hop, skip, and a jump right over into the new year. So let me look. Yes, tomorrow, day 90 out of 90. Amazing. So thank you so much for being with me all this time. And I wish you all a blessed day. God's blessings always. And until tomorrow, ahui ho.
Thank you for joining us here on the Walking in Aloha, Let's Talk Story podcast. Before leaving, please hit that subscribe button. God's blessings always and ahui ho.